Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and today we're going to talk about diet culture. To be specific, we are going to talk about 6 steps you can take to break up with diet culture and why it's important to consider this if you're a long-term or a lifelong dieter. So if you're excited for today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel and of course, it lets me know what type of content to continue putting out for you. Make sure you're checking out the description box down below for nutrition coaching. I am a weight loss and nutrition coach, so I can do your macros, your calories, let you know where you should fall every day to be successful. And if you'd like to chat with me directly, I offer one-on-one coaching as well. Also down in the description box, you'll find links and discount codes to all of my favorite healthy things. So without further ado, let's jump into 6 steps you can take to break up with diet culture. You may be thinking, I'm relatively healthy. I feel good in my body. So why am I trying so hard to see that number that I think is the goal weight or the attainable number on the scale? Over the course of 2020, a lot of us gained weight. Some of us gained a little weight. Some of us gained a lot of weight. Some of our favorite clothes don't fit anymore because, let's be honest, we wore pants that didn't button the majority of 2020 and even into 2021. So we can fall quickly into what is known as the diet cycle. A lot of us have been in the diet cycle. Maybe we gained 15 pounds our freshman year of college, or maybe we gained what's called happy weight when we entered a new happy relationship or marriage, and some of us just fluctuate in our weight throughout the days, the years, and the decades. So we can get trapped in the diet cycle, up in our weight, down in our weight, up in our weight, down in our weight. When this happens, when we see that influx up in our weight, our immediate thought is to restrict our calories. Cut it back really far, as little as you can to see that weight drop off on the scale. But restricting our calories too much or eating in too severe of a calorie deficit can do irreversible damage to our metabolism. Yes, we may see the weight drop off, but chances are we're going to gain the weight that we lost and more when we lose weight at a really fast pace. It's better to be slow and steady, little by little, ounce by ounce, as the weeks go by. That's more sustainable. We're not going to feel deprived or restricted, and we're still going to see the scale move in the right direction. I want to talk a little bit about healthy and unhealthy motives when it comes to losing weight. An example of an unhealthy motive would be your clothes fit just fine. You're at a healthy weight, whether you're choosing that healthy weight off the BMI chart, or your doctor tells you you're at a healthy weight, or you feel good in your body, versus vanity weight. Maybe you think you should weigh the same as you did in high school, or maybe your goal is to drop another pant size even though you're at a healthy weight. This can lead to unhealthy motives and unhealthy weight loss. Weight stigma in society is a real thing. Have you ever heard somebody say, I'm treated a lot better when I'm thinner than when I'm heavier? Unfortunately, this is a real thing. This happens every day in society. So we can fall into those unhealthy motives of feeling like if we weighed less or we were thinner or we wore a smaller size, that maybe society in general would treat us different or better. On the flip side, maybe you have healthy motivation to lose weight. Maybe you are severely overweight or even obese, and for health's sake, you need to shed some pounds. This is very different than looking to lose what's called vanity. We're all different, and it's all about how we feel in the skin that we're in. Maybe losing 10 more pounds would make you feel better about yourself. Just make sure that your motive to losing weight doesn't fall into the unhealthy category. As we survived 2020, it's time for us to think about reprogramming our thoughts on diet. I have 6 tips for you to think about when it comes to diet reprogramming. Tip number 1 is to focus more on an intuitive eating approach. If you're interested in me doing a video all about intuitive eating, definitely let me know down in the comments, but this is essentially eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're satisfied, not when you're overly full. You're not tracking calories, points, macros. You're just eating until you're satisfied. Tip number 2 is to include low impact exercise. Things like taking a leisurely walk around your neighborhood or doing some at-home exercises. Tip number 3, and this is a really important one, and that's to unfollow body shamers or unfollow people on your feed, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, that make make you feel less than, people that don't serve you in a positive way, just unfollow them. Tip number 4 is seek out supportive relationships. That's what I'm here for. That's what YouTube is here for. My Facebook group, I'll go ahead and link that down below for you, is full of almost 20,000 very supportive people on different walks of life when it comes to weight loss, weight maintenance, or even weight gain. Tip number 5 is set boundaries. Set boundaries with friends and family, but also set boundaries with yourself. Don't allow yourself to fall into unhealthy motives. Don't allow yourself to fall deep into diet culture. And the last tip is give yourself grace. Be nice to yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. I want to deep dive into these 6 tips with you guys a little bit more. I think they're really important to help you deprogram from diet culture. So first, let's chat a little bit more about eating intuitively. This is the process of deprogramming your body from thinking about food all the time, from tracking calories, from tracking macros, and from being immersed into diet culture. You can loosely follow intuitive eating. Again, eat when you're hungry and stop when you're satisfied. This is a great way to respond to your body's needs rather than rules that are set in place with specific diet plans. Tip number 2 is making exercise a part of your life. Not something you hate, not something that you have to drag yourself out the door to do, but making it part of your daily or your weekly life. You also don't have to sweat for hours in the gym. Just low impact exercise can play a big benefit in not only your health, your weight loss, and even maintaining your weight. So move your body just a little bit more every day. Tip number 3, do that social media mix up and get rid of the people who you follow that don't serve you in a positive way. Make sure that the people on your feeds or the people you interact with in social media and really in your day-to-day life are positive influences on you in one way or another. If you feel like they're body shaming you or making you feel less than, it's time to cut them out of your life. That goes hand in hand with rethinking your relationships in your personal life. Make sure you have a support network. If you're dating someone or you're married to someone, you're friends with someone, or even if there's someone in your family that doesn't serve you in a positive way, it's time to take a step back and really think about whether or not that relationship is worth it to you. Does it impact your life in a positive way, or does it make you feel less valuable in your skin? And that leads right into setting boundaries. It's important to set boundaries not only with yourself, but with other people in your life. If you're involved with someone in any type of facet of a relationship that doesn't give you joy, make sure that you're setting boundaries with that person. Maybe it's sitting down and having a conversation with them and explaining to them why they're a negative impact in your life. Or maybe it's setting boundaries where you just don't interact with that person as frequently. A lot of people will bond over diet talk, weight loss talk, healthy eating talk, and that's completely okay. Just make sure that they're not giving their negative influence onto you and that instead you're positively talking about diet culture, diet talking, and where you are on your healthy lifestyle journey. And lastly is practice that self-compassion. Give yourself grace. Don't be too hard on yourself. As I always say, treat yourself like you would treat a friend in the same situation. If you make a mistake, if you overeat, if you gain 1 week, or maybe you gain for several weeks or several months, it's okay. Give yourself a break. All you have to do when you're ready is get back on track. Don't get so immersed in losing weight and diet culture that you lose sight of the real reasons why you're trying to become healthier. Maybe it's so you can play outside with your kids. Maybe it's so your knees, your back, your joints don't hurt on a day-to-day basis. Or maybe you just want to get stronger in your workout routine. Don't lose sight of the things that really matter and focus more on the things that honestly aren't part of the big picture. So the takeaway of today's video is think about yourself and where you are in diet culture, and is it time to take 1 or more of these 6 steps to break up with diet culture and just become an overall healthy individual, both mentally and physically. So if you enjoyed today's video and you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new or you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love to have you here. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell right next to it so you never miss a single video. I do upload every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to check out the description box down below for nutrition coaching and links and discounts to all of my favorite healthy things. I really hope this helped you out and really helps you think about whether or not being in diet culture is positive and good for your mental and physical health. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.